So, welcome to the Dive Line. Fridge and Craig again. Today we've got Solveig coming in. Solveig is from Thyra Limited, and we're going to be talking about some quite special face coverings.
Yeah, this has all come about, Jim, from when we had Rich from Ghost Fishing UK in, and he was mentioning Econyl, which is which is the material that they're using from the waste plastics and turning into a yarn that is then used in the fashion industry. And Solveig, who you just mentioned, has come up with a great use of this. As you know, you've got to have face coverings on public transport, and she's bringing them to the market. Let's bring her in.
Hello, Solveig.
Hello.
Hi,
Hello.
How are you?
Great, thank you.
So this came about from discarded fishing gear, didn't it? So it's made from, like Craig says, Econyl, but it has generated quite a bit of interest. You've been mentioned on Good Morning Britain and even the BBC. I think you was doing a live chat today, weren't you?
Yes, so I launched my products just over a month ago, and I was really happy to find this material called Econyl, which our factory in London, they specialize in creating sustainable garments. And they introduced me to, when they introduced me to Econyl, everything fell into place. So, coming from Norway and now living in Poole, the sea's always been a really important part of my life. And so finding this material that's really creating a sustainable solution is a key aspect to what I want to do for the future.
I tell you what, these are so comfortable because they're stretchy. So it's the only mask I've ever put on that actually fits my face because it's sort of stretchy. So it's great.
Oh, great. Yeah, no, exactly. So I designed these, in fact, with cycling in mind, because I do quite a bit of road biking, and I would always get all the fumes from the road coming, and I'll be breathing them in. And then one day I had a bit of they say ideas come to you when you least expect them. So I was cycling along the road one day, and I got this fly in my mouth, and I had a bit of a stumble, but luckily only bruised my ego and not more. And so, but I just thought, okay, I really need something to protect myself. But then, I had my kids were too young, and I just didn't feel like I had the opportunity to start a business. But we started planning. And so I really wanted to have a really light and comfortable mask that I could wear over prolonged periods.
Yeah, I think that when you compare to paper masks and some of the cheap ones that I've seen and that people have seen in the marketplace, Econyl is not a cheap product. It has to go through a whole process. First of all, you've got to recover the material from the ocean and from landfill site, but you are turning plastic into a yarn to actually be able to use it in the fashion industry. So although they're a little bit more expensive than the normal mask that you would buy, you're actually doing a fantastic job in helping the environment at the same time.
Yeah, no, I've already started seeing a bit of the littering that's going on from the disposable gloves and face masks. So I've got little kids, and I really worry about their future. And I do think here in the UK, people really care about the condition of their environment. Here at Poole, our beach is always really well maintained, and so I do think that it's finding sustainable solutions is really on people's minds. And, this mask can be reused and washed, like any other activewear. So it's really, reusable over a long-term period.
There's lots of good things about it. And, they've got filters in, they're reusable, they're washable, and they're also they've got UV protection, haven't they?
Yes, they do. Yeah. So especially me being so light-skinned, this is very important. So.
And is it factor 50? Is that correct?
Yes, it is. So this is the highest factor that they can have on materials. So it's even more than the normal standard.
Yeah, Jim just mentioned the filters, and I notice I have a little pocket and I see my filter inside. Where do I get the filters from when I want to change this, and how often should I be changing it?
So this filter, it's a non-woven 100% polypropylene, and it will filter out up to 95% of particles down to 0.3 microns, which is, the smallest dust particles. And the filters will last for up to a month. So it depends a bit, on how you use it, hopefully not to abuse it by putting it in the bottom of your pockets or bags, like I tend to throw things around. But it will last for a month. And then we sell them on our website at www.thyraltd.com.
So do these come in different colors or different designs, or is it just the one color?
So right now we have two different colors. We have a lighter shade and a darker shade. And for me, I decided to go for a neutral palette because, just because it's on my face, and I didn't feel comfortable with a very sort of bright or loud color, but there are some really beautiful other designs out there that other companies are making. So we are also planning on expanding our color range, and you're going to have to watch this space because the news on there will come up soon.
Well, I think it's absolutely fantastic. In my book, anyone that can find a way to turn plastic into a product that can be reused by people is good in my thinking.
Absolutely. I wouldn't know. I haven't got one. I wasn't sent one of these, so I don't know. I have no idea
send you one.
what they feel like. I don't know how comfortable they are.
You and I can share. We can share this one.
Wouldn't it be good if I had one now?
that would be fantastic. We've got to plan that for the next.
Yeah.
So the other. Obviously, from what Craig's told me and what I've seen, they are adjustable as well, aren't they? So I've got a couple of masks that are reusable and washable, but they're not adjustable. So I think that's a really good feature.
It was one of the most important things for me. Yeah, that they sit comfortably and they sit correctly as well.
Can you show that, Craig?
I can't get too close, but you have an adjustment here, so you can adjust it for the correct size for your ear as it slips over. And the whole thing's actually stretchy as well, so it's molds onto my face so well, fits me perfectly.
Brilliant.
So it fits. My children wear it. So my daughter, who's 5, wears it. Sometimes she doesn't wear it. She does take it on and off, but it fits her, and it also fits my dad, who's a lot bigger than her. So.
Well, that's funny actually. I mean, we've been trying to search for a kid's mask, a decent one for my daughter to wear, and we sort of searched high and low, and the ones that we eventually came up with were the ones that are adjustable.
I think it's so important that that sustainability is so important for the future.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, really is. And of course, now here in the UK, as I said at the top of the show, it's now compulsory if you're on public transport, if you're on the trains, the buses, if you go into a hospital, you've got to have a face covering. And so if you've got to do something about it, then this is a fantastic way.
And I also think people are willing to pay a little bit more for the right product. If they know that they're doing something for the environment that helps the environment and is sustainable, then people will pay a little bit more for a decent product. So, that falls right into that category for me. I'll certainly go and have a look at them for sure. So just out of interest, how much are they?
They are $19.99 on our website.
Okay, brilliant. And the website is ThyraLTD.com, and you can be found on Facebook and on Instagram as well, as it's shown down there. So.
Excellent. Well, from both of us, thank you very much for coming on and telling us about your great product.
No, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
And I hope we see you again in the future once the business has grown and you've got a little bit busier and everyone's talking about Thyra Ltd. Then you can come back and talk to us again.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Brilliant.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Bye.